When peace comes at last to those who wrestle with temptation and fight against the giving into sin, when the light comes at last into the mind given to contemplation, or when the goal is finally achieved by anyone, it always comes with just one happy realization: I need do nothing. And that is the title of the reading today, of the section today, I Need Do Nothing. It's section 7 of chapter 18, The Passing of the Dream of A Course in Miracles. And here we go. A lot of juicy, interesting stuff. As I was saying, the plot keeps thickening even more. You still have too much faith in the body as a source of strength. What plans do you make that do not involve its comfort or protection or enjoyment in some way? This makes the body an end, not a means in your interpretation, and this always means you still find sin attractive. No one accepts atonement for himself who still accepts sin as his goal. You have thus not met your one responsibility. Atonement is not welcomed by those who prefer pain and destruction. There is one thing that you have never done. You have not utterly forgotten the body. It has perhaps faded at times from your sight, but it has not yet completely disappeared. You are not asked to let this happen for more than an instant. Yet it is in this instant that the miracle of atonement happens. Afterwards, you will see the body again, but never quite the same. And every instant that you spend without awareness of it gives you a different view of it when you return. At no single instant does the body exist at all. It is always remembered or anticipated, but never experienced just now. Only its past and future make it seem real. Time controls it entirely, for sin is never wholly in the present. In any single instant, the attraction of guilt would be experienced as pain and nothing else, and would be avoided. It has no attraction now. Its whole attraction is imaginary and therefore must be thought of in the past or in the future. It is impossible to accept the holy instant without reservation unless, just for an instant, you are willing to see no past or future. You cannot prepare for it without placing it in the future. Release is given you the instant you desire it. Many have spent a lifetime in preparation and have indeed achieved their instance of success. This course does not attempt to teach more than they learned in time, but it does aim at saving time. You may be attempting to follow a very long road to the goal you have accepted. It is extremely difficult to reach atonement by fighting against sin. Enormous effort is expended in the attempt to make holy what is hated and despised. Nor is a lifetime of contemplation and long periods of meditation aimed at detachment from the body necessary. All such attempts will ultimately succeed because of their purpose. Yet the means are tedious and very time-consuming, for all of them look to the future for release from a state of present unworthiness and inadequacy. Your way will be different, not in purpose, but in means. A holy relationship is a means of saving time. One instant spent together with your brother restores the universe to both of you. You are prepared. Now you need but to remember you need do nothing. It would be far more profitable now merely to concentrate on this than to consider what you should do. When peace comes at last to those who wrestle with temptation and fight against the giving into sin, when the light comes at last into the mind given to contemplation, or when the goal is finally achieved by anyone, it always comes with just one happy realization: I need do nothing. Here is the ultimate release, which everyone will one day find in his own way at his own time. You do not need this time. Time has been saved for you because you and your brother are together. This is the special means this course is using to save you time. You are not making use of the course if you insist on using means which have served others well, neglecting what was made for you. Save time for me by only this one preparation and practice doing nothing else. I need do nothing is a statement of allegiance, a truly undivided loyalty. Believe it for just one instant, and you will accomplish more than is given to a century of contemplation or a struggle against temptation. To do anything involves the body, And if you recognize you need do nothing, you have withdrawn the body's value from your mind. Here's the quick and open door through which you slip past centuries of effort and escape from time. This is the way in which sin loses all attraction right now. For here is time denied and past and future gone. Who needs do nothing has no need for time. To do nothing is to rest and make a place within you where the activity of the body ceases to demand attention. Into this place the Holy Spirit comes and there abides. He will remain when you forget, and the body's activities return to occupy your conscious mind. Yet there will always be this place of rest to which you can return, and you will be more aware of this quiet center of the storm than all its raging activity. This quiet center in which you do nothing will remain with you, giving you rest in the midst of every busy doing on which you are sent. For from this center will you be directed how to use the body sinlessly. It is this center from which the body is absent that will keep it so in your awareness of it. We're finding that quiet center amidst the raging storm of life, amidst all that we do, all the multifarious tasks and doings, goings on in our life. We have that quiet center, and we find it through going beyond our body. This is what Jesus is saying. We go beyond our body, and we touch that holy instant. We have that moment where past and future are no more. We're wholly in the present, and we're experiencing, what Jesus calls the holy instant. We've gone beyond the body. We've transcended the body. We realize we are not our body. Because if you get to that point, you realize the body is not necessary, right? You're still there. The body is gone, but you're still there. So why do you need your body? You only need your body if you are attached to the body, and basically it goes back to guilt and sin and fear. If you accept what Jesus is saying, not everyone will, and this course might not be for you if you don't. That's what it comes down to, is that there's many ways to get there. This is one way. Remember, this is the cure through love. This is not a cure through anything else, through fear or anything else. Jesus sometimes uses very uncompromising language. He also, tells it like it is, which sometimes scares people, and we'll get to some of those passages. But really, this is not. There's no punishment and no fear here in this course. This is really, Jesus just saying, this is what I know. I'm sharing it with you, and take it or leave it. And I can only assure you that you're going to take it eventually, because everyone has to. So you could either do it now or you could do it later. And Jesus, as opposed to the Jesus of you could say fundamentalist or fundamentalist Christianity. In fundamentalist Christianity, Jesus saves, right? That's the motto. Here, Jesus saves time. He's saving you time. How is he saving you time? And he says, this could save you centuries of time, hundreds of years. Sometimes he says 1,000 years. This seems to indicate that there is reincarnation, because most people don't live more than 100 years. So it seems to indicate that if you don't get it in one lifetime, you're going to come back again and again until you do. And there are different ways to get there. And some of them, as Jesus says, are long and tedious. The long way home, right? It's the Supertramp song, take the long way home. And Supertramp in that song was not saying take the long way home, saying you could take the long way home, but you don't have to, because love is the short way. The paths that that use fear are really the long way, because ultimately you're fighting to get there, right? It's a struggle. It's like sometime in the future I'm gonna be enlightened. I'm gonna achieve enlightenment. I'm gonna achieve this goal. And Jesus is turning that around and saying, you're already there. Right? It's nothing, there's nothing to achieve. It's a melting in, as he said in the last section. It's a melting into what you really already are. It's a letting go of the interference, letting go of everything that's in the way. That's what it is. It's letting go of the idea that you're not already there. That's the biggest let go. That's the biggest thing in the way, is that sense that I'm not there, and I'm not going to get there for a long time yet, because I'm so messed up, right? I'm not worthy. God could never want me in this condition. That's impossible. I'm a horrible person. I'm a sinner. I'm guilty. I can't even, I can't do anything right. I can't do the spiritual thing right. I can't do anything in my life right, et cetera, et cetera. It's the same sob story, SOB story that we all have on some level or another. We all have that story. So Jesus is saying that everyone is going to get to this conclusion, which is, I need do nothing. There's nothing to do. It's all taken care of. It's already been taken care of. Everything, the work is already done, right? And the only thing to do is to undo, right? Is the undoing of what never was. Prepare now for the undoing of what never was. It's a great line that we just saw recently. Prepare you now for the undoing of what never was. It's here right now, right? It's this moment. If you want it, it's here right now in this very moment. It's not anywhere else. And that's your quiet center, is that understanding, which is essentially what it comes down to is, I am the one Son of God who has never been separate from God. Still one, have always been one, have always been that one love. It's never changed, and it could never change. No matter what anyone says, no matter what my mind says, no matter what, you could throw the book at me. You could throw, whatever it is, the book of Revelation, or you could throw, the worst rap on me. And the reality is I am still one with God, no matter what. It has never changed. It could never change. I am still as God created me. I am still as love created me. This could never change. And that answer, which is really the atonement principle, is available to us right now. And we can accept that right now, or we can continue to fight against it and to push it away and to stay in doubt and fear. And and the reality is that even knowing that, even feeling that quiet center, you might not be resting completely in that quiet center all the time. It may come and go until it becomes a consistent thing that is undeniably true for you. So some interesting things here. Jesus is saying this course is a different kind of path. It doesn't require a lot of meditation, long meditation. It doesn't require meditation, contemplation, long periods of meditation, long periods of contemplation. Many people have come to the Course after having done all that and realizing that that's, like Jesus says, it's long and tedious, and and you may never get there in this lifetime, and you may be missing something. So, but Jesus is saying, he's not trying to sell anything, obviously. He's not trying to, this was a message for Helen originally, and Jesus is telling Helen, look, this is presenting a path for you because you asked for it. You wanted this, so I'm giving it to you. You don't have to, you could take your time, right? It's a required course, but the time you take is up to you. So you could take your time, but this path, this specific path, was originally for Helen, and then Helen and Bill realized it was for everyone, not just for them. So Jesus is talking to Helen, but it really, it's really talking to all of us, speaking to all of us, and saying, if you found the Course, try just the Course. Don't mix the Course with other things, because if you do, if you kind of are doing this pick and choose thing, you're going to miss the value of the Course. That's a mistake a lot of people make with the Course in Miracles, is not to take it seriously enough that you just do the Course and follow, and really get into the Course. This is not a judgment, by the way. This is just a fact. This is not a judgment, but an observation based in fact, which is the Course is presenting its own unique path. It's a very consistent and well-constructed path that Jesus is presenting here. And if you get far afield into other spiritualities, unless those spiritualities help you to understand the Course and are supplemental to helping you to practice the Course and understand the Course, those other spirituality or spiritual paths might get in the way. Even meditation, even things which are legitimately and valid, valid paths and legitimate paths, might not be the path for you. That's a choice that you have to make. And Jesus is saying, this, you could wake up from the dream in this lifetime. You don't have to wait. You don't have to wait for other lifetimes, but you can do it now. And this is one way to do it. This is the short way home, not the long and winding road. It's another song, the Beatles, Paul McCartney, the long and winding road. No, this is a shortcut. Not that it's easy, because you still have to work through your fear. You still have to go through all of the fear. But it does quicken the thing for you. Let's see if there's anything else here to say about this. Release is given you the instant you desire it. Many have spent a lifetime in preparation and have indeed achieved their instance of success. So other paths do work. There are valid paths. They work. This Course does not attempt to teach more than they learned in time, but it does aim at saving time. So this Course is aiming at the same thing. It's got the same purpose, which is freedom, which is peace, which is that unconditional love. But this Course, Jesus is saying, the purpose is not different, but the means is different. The way to get there is different, and it shortens the way for you. You may be attempting to follow a very long road to the goal you have accepted. It is extremely difficult to reach atonement by fighting against sin. enormous effort is expended in the attempt to make holy what is hated and despised, right? What is hated and despised? It comes down to the body, the house of sin. And we fight against it. And Jesus is saying, but you're not your body. You're not a body. You are not here. You think you are. But if you just do away with the idea that you are somehow your body, or that God has a body, that really cuts to the chase. Anyway, we'll leave it at that for now. So much to say. The next part that we'll be doing is the little garden. Moving along here. We'll see you soon. Thank you.